Hey, I'm Mike Baccarello, and today we're going to take a look at a really cool open triad exercise from Pat Metheny that covers the entire neck. Let's take a look. Before we get started, if you enjoy the video, please give it a like. It really helps the channel to grow. And if you like this sort of content, I release new jazz guitar lesson videos every single week, so please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my new videos. And if you're interested in supporting me further, please consider checking out my Patreon. Over on Patreon, I post PDFs for every single lesson video, as well as a weekly transcription of a solo. And there's a lot of stuff to work on there. There's over 100 lesson PDFs and over 100 transcriptions, so there's all sorts of stuff to check out and to practice. So let's get started. This idea comes from Pat Metheny's Guitar Etudes book. Each of the etudes in this book covers a different technique that Pat would use to warm up, and open triads show up quite a bit throughout. So what is an open triad? Well, an open triad is when we take a triad, 1, 3, and 5, and we displace one of the notes an octave higher. So instead of the triad fitting within the range of one octave, it now spreads out quite a bit. And in this case, we're going to take the second note from each arpeggio and raise it an octave. So start here in G with the root position major triad. G, B, D. Now, like I said, we're going to take the second note, B, and raise it an octave. And we end up with this. And let's do the next inversion. So we would have B, D, G. We take the second note, D, raise it an octave. Now the next inversion would be fifth, root, third, D, G, B. And we're going to raise the second note an octave. And then one more time, we're going to take the root position again, 1, 3, 5, and raise the third an octave. So we end up with this. Now it's important to remember, each one of these is the entire triad. It's 1, 3, and 5. It's just displaced differently. And so we could use any one of these at any point when we want to outline a G, and it'll work depending on where we are on the guitar. And we can also play these as chords too. That's one of my absolute favorite sounds on the guitar because it's a really, really beautiful sound. And it's just a triad, but it's because it's spread out the way it is, it has this really big open sound. In the etude in the book, Pat takes us through different changes and moves it through different keys. To practice it, we can move it through all 12 keys. Now when Pat plays this, he only plays it ascending. He doesn't do any descending versions. And when he ascends, he picks down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Now when I descend, I alternate pick. Ascending is not too bad. The picking's pretty intuitive, but descending is much more difficult because of the alternating. Now you could experiment with hybrid picking. Now, of course, you could take that and run it through any situation where you can play a major triad. But we could also make these minor by lowering the thirds. So we take all the Bs, lower them to B flat. And of course, we could play those as chords as well. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at that. This is a really cool exercise that you can move around, and it gives you access to a wider interval sound while still using just triads, which I think is very cool. And of course, the chordal versions of these are very cool to check out too. So thanks for checking out today's lesson. Keep practicing. I'll see you next time.